which is the next great honour, Mr. Thomas Stott.
Let's have a cheery for Pythagoras' Feely! Give us a hurrah for the algebra! And a small glass of statistics for the ladies. Thanks. Well, sit in the front row, the computer's going to pick on you, one of the acts is going to hand you a calculator. You knew the risks. Right, on stage tonight you've had PhD students, doctors, researchers. I'm an undergraduate student with the Open University. What that means is I've done bugger all at the institution which lets everybody in. But hey, here I am at Bright Club, where a variety of different wattages are being catered for this evening. So if you like less lumens, yeah. I didn't like that one either. Anyway, it's mathematics that I study, and I'm particularly interested in the public's perception of maths and the stigma that can be attached to mathematicians. People kind of see us as being a bit weird and pointless. Now, I've got a controversial idea as to how we can tackle this. I think we should start being less weird and pointless. I'll give you an example of what I mean. I was at a comedy show last year, and the comedian asked for a number between 1 and 200. A mathematician in the crowd said the square root of 17. Don't laugh at that, you'll encourage this sort of behaviour. You see, the comedian knew what he was asking, and everybody in the audience knew what he meant. Nobody on that day was amused by his impromptu attempt to give us all a lesson about integers. You see, maths, it should be an inclusive thing. It links us not only with people all around the world today, but also with ancient civilizations. It's maybe the only ultimate truth we'll ever know, and as well as being profoundly beautiful, yes, it's also the meat and potatoes that kind of underpins everything. So, the square root of 17 man, he's taking this amazing thing and he's relegated it into just being a secret code for dicks. Now, it shouldn't be our mission to take maths into areas of people's lives where it's not useful, unless it's making things easier or better. Then it's just kind of there to make little people wrong, and who wants that? People are getting on just fine at the moment, saying, "Oh my God, I love Keith Lemon. He totally comes out with these random sentences." It should not be our place to point out that for Keith Lemon's sentences to be truly random, they need to be selected from the set of all possible sentences, each sentence in the set having an equal probability of being selected. Using statistical tests, we can say with over 99% confidence that sentences which include the word muff or bangers have a higher probability of being selected by Keith than those that don't. So yeah, the sentences that you come out with are totally non-random, but again I suppose it shouldn't be our place to point this out. Now, I'm a part-time student, I work full-time in a canteen, and when the workies come in the morning and say, "Can I have a roll and square sausage?" I should point out that actually they want to roll in rectangle sausage. I do sometimes do that, but offer to put it on top of their potato arc segment. Now, the reason this is important, the reason we shouldn't be turning people off, is because we want a world where more people are well acquainted with matters mathematical. There's probably some kind of proportional link between the amount of bullshit that the powers that be can get away with and the percentage of the population that knows it's 7 times table. Has anyone here ever heard of the Bradford factor? No. Okay, well, for those of you who don't, it's a formula that businesses use to quantify how disruptive employee absences have been. It's based on 2 variables, the number of days absence they've had and the number of separate periods of absences that they've been. With a more mathematically literate culture, more people would be able to say, more people who have had to take time off work to get a kid out of school or something, they'd be able to go and say to their employer, look, I understand that my short-term absences might have been more difficult for you than a lower number of long-term absences, but the thing is, this ridiculously large number that you've written on a piece of paper and you're now using against me, it should be taken with a pinch of salt, because it's derived not from a formula that's based with solid logical roots. It's based on a formula that has just come out of someone's arse. We reckon variable A is more important than variable B, so we're going to square variable A before we multiply it by variable B. And Bob's your father's brother, it's a respectable formula, and it means something. Well, no it's fucking not, and no it fucking doesn't. And while we're at it, Bob could also be your mother's brother or a close family friend. Anyway, I'm an undergraduate student, so my focus at the moment is less on saving the world from bollocks and more on learning how to do gobbledygook sums. Which is lots of fun though. I was doing one the other day. It was 4x to the power 33 minus 1 over 2x, all in brackets, to the power 22, and we had to find out what the coefficient of the x to the 19th term was. So I used binomial theory, about which I am teeming with a lot of news. And I scribbled lots of things down on a piece of paper, and I eventually came up with the number 57,312,332. My girlfriend, she looked at the problem as well. She didn't need any paper, she just said that the answer was 2. Turns out that the answer was minus 57,312,332. So she was closer. It's good to be here tonight at Bright Club, because a few years ago things weren't going so well for me. Now, a lot of people don't like HR departments or people who work in HR departments. I've actually got a lot of time for them. Something that happened to me a few years ago. Like I say, I wasn't doing too well. I was working in a hotel at the time, and well, I wasn't too happy with my job. Things weren't going too well at home either. I was having lots of arguments, and it seems silly looking back, but I couldn't really see a way out of the situation. I was one day feeling particularly sort of trapped. I was on top of the hotel, and I decided that I didn't really want to go home. So I was thinking about jumping off. It was someone, I was there for quite a while, and it was a lady from the HR department who, she came and gave me a reason not to jump. I'll never forget what she said. She said that my score on the Bradford factor was already 125. Any further period of absence might result in disciplinary action. My name's Stott, and could I have my calculator back, please?